Hi everybody! Today we talk about the question what an atom actually is. Let's start with a basic idea. Atoms are the smallest particle of the respective element. This means that the entire matter, everything around us, is a combination of same and different atoms. For example, graphite, like found in a pencil, and diamond are both built out of carbon atoms. But those atoms are ordered in different ways, and different order of atoms gives different results. But how is an atom built? An atom is built of negatively charged electrons, positively charged protons, and uncharged neutrons. The number of protons determines the element, which means, for example, an atom with one proton is a hydrogen atom. An atom with two protons is a helium atom. In total, we know 118 elements. So we have atoms from having one protons up to atoms with having 118 protons. The number of protons is always the same as the number of electrons, leading to the atoms being neutral. However, most of the mass is caused by protons and neutrons, since electrons are much lighter than those. But what does an atom look like? How can you imagine this? For this question, we will have a look at the Rutherford-model. For this, we will have to introduce alpha radiation. Alpha radiation is made of small, positively charged particles. This is important for the experiment, so keep it in mind. Rutherford pointed a beam of alpha radiation on a thin metal foil, for which he used gold, silver, and copper. Around this, he then built a detector screen to be able to track where exactly the alpha particles come out. He expected that the particles would simply pass the foil and hit the detector screen right behind the foil with only minor deflections, which is indicated with the lines you see here in the figure. His expectations were right for most of the particles. However, some particles were deflected strongly and some bounced off the metal, even right back to the radiation source. This could not be explained by the atom model suggested at that time. To explain what he saw, Rutherford assumed the following. An atom consists of a nucleus and a shell. In the atomic nucleus is the entire positive charge of the atom and most of its mass. This would explain the strongly deflected and bounced off particles. When the positively charged alpha particles come close to the also positively charged nucleus with high mass, the forces of repulsion between the two charges would make the alpha particles bounce off the metal foil. The shell, however, consists of electrons orbiting the nucleus and makes up most of the atom's volume. The small electrons cannot deflect the alpha particles, so most particles can simply pass through, since most of the atom's volume is made of empty space and extremely small electrons. These alpha particles get only deflected if they actually come close to an atomic nucleus. The Rutherford model therefore assumes that all atoms are made of an atomic nucleus and an electronic shell. Since we cannot actually see atoms, we have to think of models explaining experimental observations. Whenever we make observations that cannot be explained by the current model, we have to adapt the model. This is why there are several atom models that were always deduced from the experimental observations known at that time. This was the first explanation of the question what an atom is. If you have questions, suggestions or tips, leave them down in the comments. If you liked the video, like it and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next one.